Okay. Hi, I'm Eliot Muir. I'm the CEO of INTERFACEWARE behind the Iguana interface engine. We're just sort of presenting our version 5.0 product. Iguana 5.0 is a real rethink of basically what you expect from an interface engine. We've basically introduced a new mapping technology that's integrated directly into the web interface of Iguana, which takes a somewhat a big shift in terms of how people think of what a mapping engine is and so on. Rather than concentrating on making it a sort of traditional GUI, what we've basically done is made it very much a scripting friendly environment, and this is based on just sort of practical experience. In reality, we find that lots and lots of real world integration usually involves data transformation, and that sort of involves programming. So it's a non-traditional GUI which basically just gives incredible visibility in terms of the mapping process. So you can sort of see here we have sample data that's associated with this particular map. And we're just sort of stepping through with real live data going through the system. We can have a look at, this is a bid segment coming in, we're mapping out demographics out. And it's all done with scripting, and you can sort of see the actual sort of, here's the script on the left-hand side, and on the left-hand side, and then on the right we basically have live annotations that sort of show the live data being mapped. It's a very kind of slick environment. You're able to kind of do very complicated logic, and here we can do ad hoc SQL queries, get it mapped out, and you can just map out that data just the same way. I can change this code on the fly, like you can kind of go in and I'm changing the statement, it's updating it. It's a very dynamic, rich IntelliSense environment, so we can go and get map out, put a search in, and you can sort of see that we've mapped out that extra line mapping the RACIC and so on. Very easy, very friendly to anyone that's got any kind of scripting kind of background, and it's sort of an integration engine which doesn't get in your way. We're getting, it definitely hits a chord. Integration has been a part of the healthcare landscape for 30 years now, and there are many people that are professionals in this area that know what integration means, and this is really the first engine that really just sort of says, let's cut the bull. You need to use scripting, but let's try and make it really easy and streamline it and take all the sort of the cost and pain out of that as much as possible, which is by providing tools that make it visual and easy to sort of see what's going. Some of the other features we've got, it has like integrated change management. You can go in and see what sort of changes we made to the script, close that, commit that in, and then we can revert if we need to, and we have complete control over what gets pushed out into production. So you can sort of see here, we've got all the different milestones. If you're in a larger organization where there's change management in place, then it's quite easy to sort of have a change manager, which is a separate person and role from the developer that's working on the interface. And this all sort of ties in to the traditional Iguana 5 Iguana interface, which has a rich kind of GUI that enables you to see all the data coming in. You can do live searches in the data, like we can pull up data. It's super fast. It's a full text search, and we can pull up a message. We can look at the complete transaction history, when it came in, what it was at, what SQL interactions that came up from the database, and just gives you complete control over the thing. It's a modern web-based engine, and it's as I said, we're getting a huge response. There's a lot of people that are really looking at sort of replacing their old legacy engines and so on. There's sort of people that are really running quite clunky technology that came out of the 80s and 90s. And it's, people are looking to try and drive down that cost and get better integration, and that really means upgrading and improving the interface and technology.